the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Karan should still be here. Karan should be in school today.
People are unnerved. They're unsure of what this means for their neighbors.
Tonight on DC News Now at 10, fear and frustration building in the district. Another teenager gunned down. And tonight, police are staying tight-lipped. Just ahead, we're live with the community's calls for accountability.
Plus, shocking developments into a DC realtor's disappearance, why investigators are keeping tabs on her husband, and what was found in the couple's basement days after she disappeared.
Also, Virginia's largest school district now under investigation. We're live in Fairfax County with why a school merit probe is expanding.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good to see you. Hopefully you enjoyed some sunshine on this Monday. We're actually now tracking increasing clouds and a storm system that will be pretty impactful to us late week. We'll look at that forecast coming up.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Tasmin Mahfouz. In our top story tonight, a 13-year-old boy shot and killed in D.C. Police say a man confronted him for breaking into cars on his street. So it happened Saturday morning in Northeast D.C. Mariel Carbone joins us live from police headquarters tonight with the latest on this investigation. Mariel, at this point, police have released little information about the person who pulled the trigger.
That's right. At this point, police have not released the name of that man or even arrested him. And that is very frustrating to members of the community because they believe that this man shot and killed that teen in cold blood. Tonight, community organizations are demanding answers from both the police department and the district by end of day tomorrow. At the corner of Quincy Street and Michigan Avenue, a memorial for 13-year-old Karan Blake grows.
Karan should still be here. Karan should be in school today.
Police say the teen was shot and killed early Saturday morning by a homeowner who told police he confronted Blake for allegedly breaking into cars. As of Monday night, police have not identified or arrested the man who killed Blake.
If I were to go out and kill somebody, I would be arrested. Regular, everyday citizens, civilians would be arrested.
Frankie Sabran is with the DC Safety Squad. The group hung these flyers in the Brooklyn neighborhood Monday, demanding answers from the district and police.
Administration has until close of business tomorrow to produce some answers and give some transparency, or we will continue to press. And if that looks like escalation, if that looks like protesting, if it looks like mass mobilization, then that is what we will continue to do.
In a statement, Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and Justice Lindsay Appiah says the government is committed to being as open and transparent as possible, and that MPD is working to conduct a thorough investigation along with the U.S. Attorney's Office.
People are unnerved. They're unsure of what this means for their neighbors.
Ward 5 council member Zachary Parker believes more information can and should be released.
Transparency is important because we do not want neighbors taking matters into their own hands.
There were so many other things that he could have chosen to do. He could have called in the police. He could have made some noise. He could have turned his lights on. And he chose the most egregious acts of all, which was taking a life.
And Councilmember Parker will be holding a community meeting in Ward 5 tomorrow night. He says that's a chance for people to come and ask questions about what happened. Representatives from MPD will be there, but police have told Parker that they may be very limited in what answers they can actually provide. Reporting live from Police District Headquarters tonight, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Mariel, thank you. Developing tonight, Virginia's largest public school district under investigation. The Commonwealth's Attorney General now looking into potential civil rights violations. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla joining us live from Westfield High School and Chantilly. And Max, this is all connected to the allegation that multiple schools did not tell students or their families about academic achievements.
For the second time since Attorney General Jason Miyares took office last January, a Northern Virginia school district is under investigation. On Monday, Miyares announced he's expanding the newest probe from just Thomas Jefferson High School to the entire Fairfax County school system. Westfield High and Langley High also recently admitted there was a delay in telling some kids that they were named commended students by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation.
This failure to notify deprived these students
Miyares was not available for an interview today, but in a statement, he said these new details were concerning. At a town hall last week, parents expressed some worry delayed communication was happening at other schools.
I want to know that there's going to be consistency within the county as to how students are going to be recognized.
Superintendent Michelle Reed then admitted she wants to create a clear and consistent policy because none is in place now.
As far as practices across the division, they are inconsistent.
Today, Reed apologized in an email to families and said staff is reaching out to colleges where those students applied. According to the National Merit Scholarship Program, 50,000 students nationwide are recognized. Most of them, roughly 34,000, are commended students. Those are the FCPS students who were not informed. They are not in competition for national merit scholarships, but some do become candidates for special scholarships sponsored by corporations and businesses. The remaining approximately 16,000 students are semifinalists, and FCPS did share online the names of its 238 semifinalists back in September. Now, first, our apologies for the audio difficulties before that story, but what we do want to share with you is that town hall you saw little bits of in the story, well, two Thomas Jefferson High School students told us that they really didn't think this was such a big deal, that the delay in notification might not have had any role on their college applications or acceptances. Jason Miyares, the Attorney General, was asked about those comments in his announcement of the investigation. He said if schools can brag about those awards, then students should be able to use them for their advantage as well. Reporting live from Chantilly, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
Max, thank you. And new disturbing details on that school shooting Friday morning in Virginia. An elementary school teacher shot by a 6-year-old student. In Newport News, police gave another update on that shooting today. They say the 6-year-old fired one round at 25-year-old Abby Zorner. That bullet went through her hand and into her chest. Zorner is reportedly improving as she recovers in the hospital. The city's police chief says that she saved lives, ushering her students out of the classroom after she was shot. Now, police also say the gun came from the child's home and was legally purchased by the child's mother. The mother has not been charged. The child is currently receiving treatment at a medical facility. And tonight we're hearing from parents and children who attend Rich Neck Elementary. Here's News Nation's Sloan Glass.
Police officers swarmed the Virginia Elementary School Friday after calls of an active shooter. This third grader at the elementary school says he just wants to feel safe.
Honestly, what has happened for you guys to put things into place to keep us safe? Not just the students, but the teachers as well. Can you close your eyes and imagine you going to work and to just have a regular work day, and then your regular work day sends you running for your life?
Initial reports said one person was critically injured. Parents responding to the school not knowing who that person is.
My heart stopped. I was freaking out, very nervous, just wondering, was that one person my son?
Newport Police Chief Steve Drew says that the child pulled a handgun while Zwerner was giving a lesson.
This was not an accidental shooting.
Other children were in the classroom at the time, but were not injured. Groups of children were escorted by plainclothes officers in bulletproof vests to their families after an hour-long lockdown. Tracy DeBrew rushed to Rich Neck Elementary to pick up her grandson when she heard the news.
Instantly my heart dropped because I'm thinking of the age of these children and what they possibly were going through at that time.
And this military mom who recently moved to the United States while her husband is stationed in Hampton Roads.
Let's do something. We've got a new governor now. Let's do something. Let's change it. You've got a beautiful country. You've got beautiful people. But what's the problem? Guns.
And that was News Nation's Sloan Glass reporting. Newport News officials say the elementary school will be closed all week.
Well, tonight, shocking revelations into the disappearance of a D.C. realtor last seen New Year's Day.
Yeah, her husband now being questioned, accused of misleading investigators. And all new tonight, investigators found a bloody knife in the basement of their Massachusetts home. Anna Walsh, a mother of 3, was supposed to catch a flight from Boston to D.C., where she commutes for work during the week. On January 4th, her husband and employer both reported her missing when she didn't show up for work.
And today, Walsh's husband, Brian, appeared in court on charges of misleading that investigation. He pleaded not guilty. So according to the court hearing, surveillance showed Brian Walsh going to a Home Depot and buying hundreds of dollars worth of cleaning supplies, including mops, tarps, and tape. And as we mentioned, a search warrant of their home showing blood in the basement and a damaged, bloody knife.
Yeah, Anna Walsh has a townhome here in the Friendship Heights area of D.C. Police went to that home and saw nothing out of the ordinary. In a statement from Anna Walsh's employer, Tishman Speyer, the company calls her a beloved colleague, praying for her safe return. Brian Walsh's bail is now set at $500,000. He's due back in court on February 9th.
All right, let's get a first check on the Monday night forecast. Certainly a cool evening out there.
Now let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb. Janessa, probably don't need the sunglasses tomorrow.
No, we're actually going to start to see this low cloud deck take over the DMV. So it was a good run, right, with all that sunshine you saw this afternoon. Really going to see increasing clouds for your Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon. Really, the bulk of Thursday is not going to be wet weather. We're not going to see that move in until your late evening. And so clear skies for tonight, limited cloud coverage out there. Temperatures are hovering in the upper 30s to lower 40s. Really, it's the winds we're going to continue to watch. They continue to really fluctuate. It really depends on what location you're in out of the north and west. And that's going to keep us cool really tomorrow morning into your mid-afternoon. There is a huge divide, and you can kind of see that with the color contrast of this current map. Wind chilled well to the west, just south of 66 and north of 66 into Washington, Warren County, back in the middle 20s. Look at Culpeper, Fauquier County, 22 degrees is the feel like on your skin. And then we're sitting at the freezing mark across our nation's capital. This is with that wind flow picking up out of the north and west to about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So the upper atmosphere, yes, the temps are slightly different, but we really care about what it feels like on your body right now out towards Culpeper, upper 20s, 31 for Frederick. So really, this is across Maryland. We're seeing the winds really picking up across Hagerstown to Winchester, and we're going to keep that in the forecast through tomorrow afternoon. Really, the focal point for this week will be the fluctuation of our daytime highs. They're going to return back to the middle 50s in some areas, so that's the positive news, but you will have to contend with a little bit of wet weather. We'll check out that forecast coming up.
Janessa, thanks. It's not only flu season for us, but also for many of our four-legged friends. Coming up, canine flu on the rise here in the DMV. We'll talk with a pet owner whose dog battled the virus and also show you how veterinarians say you can keep your pet safe and healthy.
Plus, community members making their voices heard. We'll take you inside a Frederick County budget meeting and show you where the priorities stand right now. Stay here. DC News Now at 10 is back in 2 minutes.